please. Now that our order is. Interim staff liaison person is here, so. Why don't we have introductions? Why don't we go ahead to the right there, please?
I'm Darlene Herrera, second ward.
Michael Segura, 6th Ward.
Robert Porter, Mayor's appointee.
Stephen Bilat, I love San Bernardino.
Hello, San Bernardino. Right. James Smith, Chairman. Go ahead.
Victor Suarez, 7th Ward.
Good. Okay, let's all, meeting's been called to order. Let's please stand and have the Pledge of Allegiance. Flags over here. Robert, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I love San Bernardino. Oh, no,
Yeah.
And liberty for all.
we have the roll call. I don't see that there's any guests here today.
Thank you, Chairman Smith.
Public comments for items listed or not listed on the agenda. We have the consent calendar. Everybody has the minutes from the July meeting. I'd like to entertain a motion that we approve those minutes.
Good. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll take a second.
Okay. All those, any comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Actually,
Against?
Robert, you weren't.
Oh, yeah, I looked at
This is
them.
your first. It's your first meeting.
I read them, but, oh, yeah, I can't second it.
Okay, can you second?
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
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 So approved.
Shows like you voted.
Department Director's Report.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back, Mr. Porter.
Thank you.
Glad we're able to meet this month. I did want to have a few staff. I'm going to be bringing in and inviting staff on board so that they can give an update on their divisions, on oversight, as well as just to reiterate familiar faces and get to know staffing that are out doing everything out with the community. So we just had some, we have just a busy schedule this week with multiple activities, so two of the staff were not able to attend today, but I'll get them on the agenda for next month. Let's go, with the California Arts, the Cultural District grant update. So this would have been pending. The city did a letter of agreement, partnered with the Arts Connection as well as the Garcia Center. A grant was submitted to the state of California, for the Arts, to identify and designate a specific corridor, mainly in downtown, as a cultural arts district. So it was a pretty detailed application. Numerous input meetings were held, and all that information was put together. So the city, along with our department, and as well as the Economic Development Department, the Mayor's Office, City Council, all in support of this district. And so that was submitted, and now we're just kind of in the waiting game to hear back from the state.
When are you supposed to hear back?
In October.
It's
Okay.
October, middle or end of October.
Yeah, I'd have to look at the timeline.
Yeah,
I
so
think over 400 cultural assets were identified from the community sessions. So I'm waiting on Arts Connection so that we could publicly
do
put
an
that out there
announcement.
and build a bigger map. What we submitted to the state wasn't the full map because we didn't have that much time. It was a time crunch.
So they're gonna let you resubmit or after submit?
No, we submitted a good sized map, but I mean,
Oh.
there's so many things to map that it just would make the map look like a bunch of dots.
Oh, gotcha.
It would make not be as focused.
Right.
I would say it's just a planning grant though, so like if we do get
Right.
it, it's gonna be 2 years of planning, what our cultural
Gotcha.
district is, what the name is, the branding, what it, what's encapsulates the district. And we kind of focused in on the corridor of East Street and going into the downtown, of course.
This was a report or a submission?
This was a submission to the state, to the California Arts Council.
Is there a way for us to like get a copy of be on top of what's going on?
Let me
Or
talk to.
who do you get it from?
Let me talk to Alejandro. I haven't got everything.
The
yet.
Arts Connection is the lead
Yeah.
on.
So they're
this-
holding
the-
everything,
Yeah.
and so I'm
Okay.
waiting. I know they are working on a community-facing report that we can then publicly announce and put out there. So, but I know the idea is to keep moving forward, even if the state doesn't give the designation. So, hopefully, y'all are partners in that, and we can keep moving forward with that. Sorry.
No, that's
I'm
okay. It was a joint effort. All right.
I just want to say thank you because the city also held a listening session at Feldheim, and that one was really well attended. They were all well attended. They were all like over 15 people at each session. Really good discussions, and thank you for your staff being there as well. Folks that lived in San Bernardino who work here. So
Yeah, I heard great feedback about it, and it was just timing. I think was it council meeting day or something? No, not council meeting. Something was happening that day that I wasn't able to attend the same
yeah,
time.
the concert, I think. You were doing the concert.
Yeah. Okay. The Preserve Route 66 grant. So this is another grant that came down the pipeline. Again, our department is collaborating with the Economic Development Department as well as Public Works to see the language specifically states within the route, original Route 66 here in the city, and so we have to identify specific historical locations, landmarks to potentially utilize the funds. The highest amount is 10,000. It is a low amount, but it's still an amount that we could utilize, and it's identifying. Could be from to do historical workshops or putting media packets together to actually add Route 66 elements within the corridor. So, but the locations have to be deemed, the term preservation. So historical. So we're looking at a couple of different locations within Mount Vernon area. La Plaza Park is potential site location. Possible mural, a small mural, but a mural in that. So we have to look at the completion of when the submission is due by the end of September. The grantees would be notified if awarded. Believe it was in December for execution in 2026. And so we have to look at, because La Plaza Park is going to be under, for design, refurbishment of the park, we have to look at the timing, and so it may not be. So there's a couple other sites, there's even a grant with this that can assist with businesses in that corridor as well. So the businesses in that area can go apply for potential grant to help to get their sites up to.
Only the businesses in that area, though? It's not extended beyond?
It's only with that are identified. This is specifically for Route 66.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is that.
I have a question on that one. Is that do we take part as a commission and decision-wise, or is it almost because I don't want it to be what happened with Love Your Block, where it was brought to us as an update, but we didn't participate, and I know some of my colleagues felt the same way. What can we do as commission? Do we get the word out?
We have. we could bring it to the commission to review it. We have to, but the main course is identifying the scope of the grant and what is required and what we can and can't be done within. And if it doesn't, because for us, there's a ton of grants out there, but if they don't apply with us, then it's kind of like we're not going to put that effort into it. So we can look at and see, but based off of timing, it'd be really stretched to once a project is potentially identified because of when the next meeting is and when the grant submission is due. But yes, it can be discussed as far as other locations.
Now, when I
Grants
mentioned
submittals.
about maybe potentially putting some in other areas other than just the one that's being thought of, I've had people, community members, mention to me that it's not really noted as you go down the freeway that Route 66 is here. This is a town that has Route 66 through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be helpful for people going by if they saw something that said Route 66, go here, like the lost leader signs that we have that are coming up in the city.
So with that, it was shared with me that specific signs were created, and from my understanding, a handful of them were actually produced to be placed up along the route. And location markers were going to be identified and then placed higher than in some
Probably
cases,
save them a little.
so that it, for vandalism and
Right.
and whatnot.
Visibility, huh?
And then it's a build-up for the centennial of Route 66. So there will be some other signage that
When
would
is
be.
that? Is that next year or the year after?
It kicks off 2026.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
But yes, I will follow up with Public Works and see when.
Because that was one of his gripes. He's like, "Hey, we got this city. It's Route 66, and they're not really taking advantage of that marketing value there."
I agree. Yeah, there's some. And from at least from what I know, there were some small signs.
I kind
done.
of remember from the past there was, but I haven't seen anything lately that
Um,
really stands out. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was.
So some cities capitalize. I mean, they put it on their bridges as you go by the
Yeah.
city. The big old thing that says Route 66. I think that's Highland has one, and so
Mhm.
does a couple others, Colton and a few
Mhm.
others.
I know with the working with Public Works and specifically La Paz Park because it is on Mount Vernon identified Route 66. I am asking and to emphasize some signage that says, adding
So it
to it
flips.
that it is part of the Route 66.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe part of that grant, how they can go toward get larger signs to publicize.
We've gotten some pricing, and the 10,000 won't even
Touch it.
make a
Well-
penny dent to it.
But you talked to Lynn Merrill about this,
Yes, yes.
because he's right on top of a lot of important things.
Yep.
So I was just gonna ask, when you talk about signage, I know Lydia had brought this up, doing the flags or like the ones that are high up on the light post, right? Like how we have the military banners.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still what the banners are that you're thinking of, or like signage for Route 66?
These are actual metal signs, similar to that you see throughout Foothill and other corridors, along the route. Just identifying, like every so often, this is a Route 66, street. Every city identifies differently. That's something we can look into. We'd have to identify, poles and then check the hardware, getting all that, and then measurements but adding some vinyl banners could be something. After a while,
Someone will want to keep them.
not even that. It's just the
Wear
weather.
and
They
tear.
they
So,
where the metal signs can they have a longer lifespan than most of the vinyl banners. But there's different projects and proposals that could be done. In some cities, like the city of Upland, actually Rancho as well. Not sure who handles it, but they have like a banner program where businesses, their business name is on the banner and it has like a Route 66 logo on it, and so it's something.
Yeah,
You know, kind of
Rancho
have an
has
investment.
Like a whole monument dedicated Route
They do
66.
have
I took
a-
picture of
they
it.
do
and I
have a-
went,
a
wow,
whole
they went
monument.
nuts. It's
Yeah.
Obelisk and Route 66 and all kinds of tile work, and I'm just going, wow, we need some money like that here.
That part. Yeah. But I mean, part of that preserve Route 66 could help identify specific locations, and kind of assisting with the consultant to identify, to then create this plan of these are identified, locations and projects, and see what steps and funding costs affiliated with it too.
You might have contacted Chamber of Commerce also. They would be in favor.
Inland
of
Empire
something.
Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah.
Okay, I will do that.
Is there a map of the Route 66 that cuts through San Bernardino? I know it goes into Mount Vernon, right? That's what we're talking about. Is it only Mount
Isn't
Vernon?
it part of Baseline or
Yeah.
too?
There is a small, a few streets that break off of because it does come off of Baseline to Mount Vernon and then goes up to Cajon. There is a few little streets, or one street that kind of comes a little bit further inland into San Bernardino, the city. Those ones we're still trying to identify as Route 66. That's where the small challenge is. Between myself and economic development, we're trying to really figure
Figure out
out
a piece in
the
there.
mapping of it, because I'm like, wait, it cuts here, but there's some other little areas. I know the Wigwam Hotel is on the route, so that's identified as, and we actually connected with them as a business for the
grant.
Route 66 grant.
A very effective supervisor is Joe Baca. You might want to make sure that he's aware of what we're doing with that. I think he would be an important part of this. He certainly has the connections financially through the state and federal government to get some funds for us, Joe Baca. And he's up for re-election, so
Yeah, Mr. Baca has definitely supported the city and the department for a lot of ongoing projects. Gutierrez Park ball field is going to be going into construction, which some funding did come from Supervisor.
good first deal. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have public art policy. We're not going to take this off, and we're going to continue. Our staff have been diligently looking for the language and context that had transpired prior to, with transition of previous directors, and so Lisa found a draft version. So before giving it all to you guys electronically, which I will share, I'm going to go through it and kind of start making some of the language to fit San Bernardino and what we have going on, and then send it as a commission to review it, to bring it back, to provide suggestions and edits, and then we'll take those and fine tune it, and then hopefully within the next month or two meetings, that we could get this ready to go and prepare and present it with approval here, and give it to council for their final stamp of approval.
How many pages is it? Curiosity.
Didn't count, but there's a few double-sided in
Okay.
here. I was trying to go through it, and some of the language is doesn't pertain, and some does.
I remember it being only like 12 pages or something when we were working on it. It got
So-
longer.
I was thinking about reading it after read it over to.
It's weird.
Well, not all the pages are double-sided.
Yeah, not all the
Oh.
pages
So
are
some of the
double-sided.
pages I could find were double-sided, some were single, so it's a mixture. They're not all double-sided, so don't panic that it's so thick.
You had to hobble it together, huh? Wow.
Yes, I did.
Someone left you guys blank.
A little bit, and
we're-
sometimes it's a good thing. Not a
Right.
Process.
Yeah.
So I
You
think
can
one.
cipher out what's.
It's been a long time.
I don't know if we need to take a
Yeah.
vote on this, but I would love for us to push for a community input session before. I think it would give us more approval from the community before it moves forward as policy, and this way people are just aware that's even happening. And this would even be a time for us to highlight it with like media. We can get media there.
Because the people that can't be there to see it, that it could be put out. in the
Before
masses.
it goes to council.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, I would
Yeah.
want to fine tune it as much as possible. I mean,
Makes sense.
and so that way it becomes more of a final draft, to have that, discussion. So that way it shortens up our time frame, because I know this has been ongoing for a while, and for me and everything that has that's taken place, that is currently going on with a number of murals going in place and the number of projects that we have going on, especially within the park infrastructure. I want to really emphasize and add those cultural art components into having these conversations with the architects and the landscape designers. You know, just because it's a park doesn't mean that it can't have some art vibrancy and cultural vibrancy to them. And it's something that we can build in for, you know, the longevity within the community. So like I said, it's been ongoing for a while, and I think by Lisa being able to find this now, we can really take this and hopefully move quicker on it than before. But yes, we could do an open session. The Garcia wants to host it.
Sure. We can definitely host.
I do
We're
have
open to it.
a question. Why is the public art policy like Rutland's? And I do agree with Michael. Rutland's has had their community public input, and they developed their arts and culture master plan. And it's been Rutland's, Rancho Cucamonga. I believe there's Riverside also. And why are we starting with the public art policy first? I feel like we're jumping ahead of our time. And is there a way to also connect with like the Garcia Center or the Arts Connection to also have input from people that work in those fields, those areas?
Yeah, that would, the other organizations within, would be invited to the table to review as larger entities. As part of the overall public master plan or park master plan, there is an art, a cultural component into it already. So that was already with community input meetings, that was already ongoing, so.
Because I'm thinking about the Garcia Center, the Arts Connection, Cal State San Bernardino. We have a big art department, Valley College, and also our school district. And I know you advocate for our school district to be involved.
Absolutely.
Yes, so those are entities that would be, again, invited to the table to assist with it. And then, but the pulling it together to create, because of the other components, even with the cultural district, those are aligning with it. So we kind of need to get this art policy in place to help facilitate a lot of what's already been taking place, so that we can make sure that we have that staple.
And with that said, because I know in the last few meetings we were talking about sculpture, like public sculptures and signage. Are those on hold also until this gets done?
To some extent, yes and no. That-
Because I know that's
and
pressure on
that's-
your department.
And that's why getting this policy in place will help as a city as a whole, because community development, economic development, especially when tying into new businesses coming in, those are components that can be added in there. Those businesses with like murals, putting murals on, or even a sculpture or some type of public art piece. We want to make sure that, for me, I want to make sure that, you know, the process is there to both protect the artist and the city as a whole.
I just want to say, do you have any issue with us moving forward with it? Will we still talk about?
As
Because I
long-
think strategically,
No.
you're right. Like
Yeah.
we should still build the master plan.
Mhm.
I just don't think we have an arts department, right? It falls under Parks and
Yeah.
Recs currently, and that's probably part of why the city hasn't worked on a master plan specifically for culture.
As long as the public is included. So,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I think I agree with you though. I think doing an arts, like a master planning, some strategy. I know we were talking about goals. It's later on. I know you have it.
Yeah,
here.
it's
talking about goals for
that's
the
leading
commission,
into
so-
that right now, and that's as a commission, I think it'd be of best interest for the commission as a whole. I know we have a few ad hoc committees to kind of, you know, establishing and having those goals set for those ad hoc committees, and we do that, you know, collectively, so that way when it comes to those committees, then there's in a sense assignments or things to work on, and then coming together as a whole to kind of creating, you know, what the goals would be as an advisory group to connect with the culture and the community, and bridging those alliums together. And so this would be more of working currently with the city manager, who is also working on setting up some strategic goals with council, and seeing and aligning with what his goals and visions are for the city, and how they align with each of our departments. So with that, kind of working with you individually and kind of talking about it, because I want to make sure that we stay within the Brown Act rules, that we meet individually to kind of talk about, you know, the areas, the divisions. You are representatives of the ward. In some cases, some commissioners are not from the same ward, but they're still representing. And then kind of bringing it as a whole, because this advisory board is for the city as a whole. It's not, you know, just for one individual. So I want to kind of keep that, even with the cultural district, kind of runs through 1, 2, potentially 3 wards. 1, 6, 4, 2, maybe something like that.
Like 3 maybe. Up to
I can't remember with the mapping, but there was a discussion of not just having that one core cultural district and having some smaller sections, you know, elsewhere in the community. So with that would be to kind of create, as you know, planning goals as a commission, and you know, with the historical preservation and what that entails. If we establish what I was shared with me about creating on the city side, basically a historical list, you know, then we can tie it all together, and building upon that. So that's where I'm going at with that. There is some more meetings that are going to be taking place and discussions happening from the city manager side, and so we're going to see what those goals are for the city, and then kind of pulling apart and then taking it and bringing it to the commission, and we work together collectively to establish that and how we're going to see fit. And I know the community connection is a big component of that, and you know, the policy will align with that as well. On the bylaws, I did want to just give a printed copy, just as you guys to have this one,
Nope.
that one.
Need them to sign.
Oh, just wanted to share again. I know sometimes it comes up
Take a
of
copy and
what
sign.
the
She took a
bylaws,
copy,
you know,
please.
these are the bylaws for the commission, kind of just to reiterate. You received them potentially digitally, right?
No, I did not send it digitally.
No, not digitally. Okay, so this is
We've-
just,
I know that some people are having issues, like James. I just got notified is having problems receiving his agenda every once in a while. So
Okay.
I figured it was safer to do the hard copy for them at this point in time.
okay.
What Victor brought up about the master plan with Redlands, Riverside, Rancho, is that something that we can look at as a group?
Mhm.
Kind of go through their master plans and see what applies, what it
Yep.
doesn't apply for our city?
I mean,
Kind of work through that?
I've reached out to some colleagues in other cities who oversee, the arts component and public
You
art
just need to
policy,
take
and
a
so
copy and then pass
there's
the rest
nothing
down.
wrong with reviewing others and seeing if that language fits in.
Right.
And then we'll
Save
tie it all
some
together, have legal review it to make sure that it aligns with city policies and legalities. But yes, there's nothing wrong
Sounds like
with
a plan to me.
looking at other successful art policies that are out
And
there.
then
I feel like deja vu. I've heard that already. Like I've
Right.
heard it every
It's just a
time.
matter of like it's executing it now and then the timing and
Just don't go nowhere
And
because
is
everything
is AI a thought on that as well? Just
maybe.
I don't know. It can't hurt.
You're still living in
Asking AI about our master plan.
Michael.
I know AI is coming up a lot with.
That's obvious, because for future agenda items.
Right.
So, I'm
Bless you.
serious.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then I talked to you about it and then
I mean, have our own idea first and then pop it in the AI and see what it's got to say about it. Kind of like a proofreader. With a brain of a million.
Right.
I just don't understand why.
Bless you, sir.
Why you never go.
So that's just for you guys is to have and just to have as information tied in. Let's see. Fall special events, fall, winter. We are September through December. Our issue, it is available digitally. It's in the print process. We are a little bit behind. It's getting out to the community. Hopefully, by the end of this week, it should be mailed out. But I wanted to give you guys a hard copy. This is the English version. We do have it printed, double-sided.
Color too?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Thank you.
So the concept for this design is a coloring book. And so
I love this part.
we want it to be interactive for the families and hopefully they remember it and kind of keep it longer as they color through it. So as far as special events, and we'll get formal information out to you guys as far as save the dates and updated flyer information. We have our last two movies, this Saturday, and then our movie in the park next Saturday. October, we have our Halloween event. We are hosting another 2-day Dia de los Muertos event. We have tree lighting. We will be doing a veterans salute and resource fair. So that will take place on Saturday, November 8th. And I'll send out, or I'll have Lisa email the commissions. Did I? No, I didn't. I sent it out to council.
Where is that going to be at?
Which one?
The veteran.
We're gonna host it at Court Street.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be back at Court Street for Veterans Day. We will have a ceremony for honoring our veterans in the community, and then extend it through a resource fair. And we are partnering with the DAV Chapter 12 as well as the Inland Empire Military Museum. And then
You have a time on that one or no?
from 10 to 4. 10 a.m. is the ceremony, 11 to 4 is the resource fair. Let's see. Veterans, tree lighting, and then our miracle on Court Street. Those dates are off.
Yeah, I know, but at least it gives you an idea.
Yeah, I'm like-
to make sure you're not forgetting anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's kind of close to it, but not quite.
Yeah.
Dates wrong. What else?
Just to make sure you're not forgetting anything.
I know, right? The main core. So, Miracle on Court Street will kick off December 10th on Wednesday with the Ho-Ho Parade ending their route that night at Court Street, and then goes through. December 20th is Breakfast with Santa, and then we end on the 21st. So I guess Sharon, I will have Lisa forward to see the dates with the locations and times so that we have it, and then as promotion material is approved and ready to go, we'll get that out to you guys so that you guys can share it as well. What else? Event wise, I think that's it.
Like any like ribbon ceremonies, I know like say there was one before the Laurel Creek, it was one before that, it was in the good time, but it's like I got that email in the morning.
Yeah, we're trying to get those out sooner. I do apologize. Work with, for me, I would preferably like to host ribbon cuttings with at least a month notice. And there's some pressure to get a few things done prior. I can share with you upcoming, the next ribbon cutting, let's see, 30-60. 30-60. Gutierrez Park will probably do a ribbon cutting. That's because they start construction next week and they have, I believe it's 75 days to complete. If there's no grace period, we should be able to open that. See, it's all about timing, potentially the end of November, beginning of December. But if there is a waiting period, because there is a construction waiting period, in some cases it's 60 to 90 days, we wouldn't be able to probably do that one until 2026. Nicholson Park, for sure, that will be in 2026. We had some construction challenges, mainly with electricity and SCE connecting power lines, and then there isn't, that one for sure has a 90-day construction period. So with the holidays and the timing of everything, and just to allow, we were probably looking at January, February of next year. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think of other projects. Other stuff is in the works that would need a grant
Bring
ribbon
up
cutting.
one thing.
Yes, sir.
California Theater's about completed now.
Yes, so that that is being handled by directly with the
Linda.
Public Works Department. The date of that is going to be October 14th, and that's coinciding with the State of the City. So that information will come from public through our PIO office.
I think we need to
office.
support that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So as soon as information comes our way, as far as official to send out, then we'll forward that. But as of now, it's tentatively the 14th. I believe at 6 o'clock at the California Theater. So that's
That,
it.
in addition to what recently happened with the Mount Vernon Bridge, there were 5,000 people there.
There were a
It
lot.
was a red letter day for the city of San Bernardino.
It was.
And I just wanted to thank that department for putting that together.
I saw Chairman Smith there too.
What's that?
That was pretty cool. I mean,
I
the
saw
rain
you
didn't
over
stop
there,
no
too.
one.
The rain did not stop anyone.
Didn't
It-
stop anybody.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was actually a blessing.
I think everybody pretty much at this
A
table
great
was
day
there.
for San
Yeah.
Bernardino.
I mean, I looked at, huh?
Sadly, I missed it.
You missed
sadly.
it?
Yeah.
Michael.
Got to.
I did see all the social media though.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at it as the rain as a blessing, but that's just, rain is good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Mount Vernon was,
cleansing.
it was cleansing, yes. All right. Did I miss anything? No. Okay. So, discussion. It's all you guys, Mr. Chairman.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Really boss-like.
Okay, the next agenda item for discussion is the meeting time change.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know exactly what we want to do about that.
I'd like to table it till next meeting, till Anthony Aguirre and Commissioner, what's her name?
Freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
is here.
I think that's fair, and I would go
This is a
along
big
with that.
decision for everybody
Did we get
Oh.
input
Don't show up
from
to
the
the next
public?
meeting.
We're voting
No.
Are
regardless.
we okay with
Yeah.
moving forward with taking action?
Yes, I am.
'Cause I think that's,
You get the
Well, I
letter.
mean, as it is right now.
Oh, that's
it's gonna stay
That's
four.
wrong commission.
So
Wrong
you
commission.
want-
No, they don't.
I don't know, they're against it.
We don't have anybody.
Commissioner
Yeah.
Porter,
Well, so they're-
you want to
their
make
words
that
already
as a
in it.
motion?
So those two are already against it, so we already have their word.
So, yeah, they want.
But you have, but you have to have a
If you
formal.
look at the meeting notes, you can see there, who voted yes and no.
Oh,
Right.
okay, I didn't-
Before we or continue discussion, there was no public comments emailed at all.
Correct.
So I know of 4 or 5 people that email different emails. There was an email that's on the agenda. They emailed the council, city clerk, last meeting. Then the meeting was canceled. So what happens to those meetings? And right now I'm being asked if that's not being brought, are we in violation of Brown Act?
If, if what's not being brought.
Those comments that were emailed.
I have not seen comments.
Check the.
Right.
I've checked
there's
emails.
no- There's no public comments for the specific commission and it's, the topic is time change?
Yes, time change.
And who monitors that?
Yeah.
I mean, who's
It comes to
supposed
our office.
Okay.
Comes to our office.
Okay.
So
Is that-
Lisa has access, myself,
Yeah.
April.
We
'Cause
have
I was
3 or 4 different
CC
people.
on them also. So now they're asking also the legal side. So I don't want to get involved because I'm a commissioner.
Mhm.
Does that affect me or not?
The legal side of what?
They said that it's a Brown Act violation because it's not being brought to our attention.
I'd like to table this discussion until next meeting, please. Do you have a second?
We've been through this so many times, 2 or 3 times.
I mean, I'm trying to understand, like, what is the people, the public have anything to do with changing the time? Like, I don't know, like I said, you're explaining, I know I missed last time, but what are you talking about? Like,
So like right
Public
now,
input For meetings.
yeah, for meetings to start at a certain time where the public can show up.
So
And,
like-
and there is a lot of public when it comes to the arts. On Saturday and Sunday, we had a big film fest here in our city. So there's artists that want to be part of this.
to be honest, like, I see what you're saying too, but I've been in here for the longest time, and the only time you see people show up is when they're getting grants and to present.
And we watched the city meeting change several times for political reasons, and it never equaled more people. People who want to go to these meetings, go to the meetings.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
So
There's
I
no
mean,
changing
like,
anything that works. I've watched it over and over. So it's basically, if you want to be here, you're here. You know, that's how it works.
I'm gonna say we've never hardly had anybody come for anything. Just like I said, when they're getting their grants, they're all of a sudden they have all their stuff laid out. This is what I got. This is what I'm presenting. That's the only time. we see
And that's
it.
our fault also. I mean, not my fault because I wasn't part of that. But also, do we follow up with them? What criteria do we have them? Do they report back? What have they done with the grants also, right? Right now, look, we're not really opening our doors. Why are the
always
doors
been
shut?
open. Doors have always been open. Today is closed.
Yeah, I don't
But
know why.
Any other time it's always been open.
The door technically is still open. It's just that we have them still conducting business next door, and so if there happen to be loud over there, it disrupts you guys from talking, and we do have to record, and we are recording this, and so that disrupts the recording that we get of being able to hear what you guys say.
We can also put a note there. It's still open, but it's just the doors are always been open. So
Yes, Brother Morgan.
I'm sorry I spoke out of turn,
No, that's
Chairman
all right.
Smith. Also, I know it shouldn't matter, but I do care about staff. I mean, like, you guys work your butts off, and keeping you here longer just sucks.
But they
So
also
that's
shared,
just
staff
on
also
my-
shared,
It's my little thing.
they shared in the last 2 meetings and then other commissions that they're flexible also. They can flex their schedule to accommodate boards.
Yeah, it seems like it's a political reason why all of these things are trying to be changed, so I'm not down with it.
When you took the oath, Robert, you said that you would be there to represent
For
all
4
people.
o'clock. Yep, I took the
I
oath
signed
for
up for
4
4
o'clock.
That's okay. I understand where you stand. Your radio show comes first.
Yes, it does.
oh, that's right. It's gonna conflict with your radio
Yeah.
station. And Robert does a lot. Like I said, it's always been historical and art, and everybody just wants to focus on art. He wants to do both. He wants to do historical, and he knows his historical. So it's
I
like,
just want to
Get
get
the
the meeting
historical right also.
he's important, so it's like I don't want it to conflict with his radio station, and it is today, right?
That's not the reason, though. Its reason is
There's a lot of people here on this board that have reasons to be other places besides here at certain times. We should be most egregious to try and accommodate and make it easier for everyone to participate at a concluded time that we can agree on that works for everybody. Try to make a balance. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think the important thing is that we have a quorum today at 4 o'clock. I think the reasons, I know of 2 or 3 people aren't here because certain things are not on the agenda. I think if people see things on the agenda, they'll make adjustments to their schedule
That's
to
true.
be here.
Yeah,
for public
I don't even
comments.
look when I come. I know I need to be here because that's why I offered myself to be here, not because I've got somewhere else to be or I got something else going on or I need to do this or that. I'm here because I want to be here now.
Right. And there's
And whatever time you make it, I'll be here at that time. But I'd like it to be that everybody can work with the time, not just for 1 or 2 people that have other things to do.
Well, I think the important thing is that what's on the agenda is the important thing. And
True.
the important thing is to get the agenda out. If there's items on the agenda that people want to come to, I think they'll make the time to be here.
But see that I don't know if I totally agree with that, because then what if they bringing up agendas and they only come to push their agenda and don't come to the other meetings?
They do. I've experienced that too.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It could easily happen.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
What are we motioning for? What's the motion for?
The motion
Motion is to
was
table it
Porter
until
to
next
table
meeting.
it.
Yeah, because
Table.
it's going to go on for a while. And I have other things to talk about as well.
Okay, I'll withdraw my motion to table it.
Okay.
Okay. So,
So, chairperson, you can direct to continue discussion, to table, to
I want to know what we're going to talk about.
select time.
Do we ever
I'd like to make a vote to keep the time at 4 o'clock.
Okay. Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Okay, is there a motion to be at
I would
4
like to
o'clock?
make a substitute motion.
There's a second?
Hold on. There's a,
Michael.
Can I make a substitute motion?
Well, I think there's a motion on the floor.
right. And then Darlene second the motion, and then Michael is substituting.
I'm just, what is the motion again?
So he has to have a second to
To,
substitute.
to keep the meeting at
Depending
4
on what the
o'clock
substitute is.
is the current
Are
motion.
we ready to vote?
Hold on, Michael
Can I make a
has,
substitute motion to move the meeting to 6 p.m.?
And I'd like to make a substitute meeting for 5 o'clock.
Going back to the last discussion, this is
So-
what happened 2 months ago.
Yep. But unfortunately, we don't have enough people to make a tiebreaker. So if we listen to Robert and wait till the other people come, then I would think it would be a more valid vote for us as a group.
I mean,
That's just my thought.
that makes sense.
Well, we have a quorum.
Because we're locking out 2 people that would prefer to have an earlier time. It's not fair to not give them their right to vote.
But they didn't they?
To me,
No, you're right.
as a commissioner.
They
I would
voted.
want to have that right or opportunity given to me. I'm just saying.
You're right, but on here it said, right, they voted for 4 o'clock. It works for them.
Yeah, that's a pass
That
vote.
was a
I don't
Yeah,
even think
but
about
it
that.
didn't-
We can't go up, okay.
They might even change their, one of them might change their mind, but I doubt it.
Well, that's
And it
true, I
doesn't
guess.
matter, it's not my decision for them to make.
So we don't have a substitution, so let's just do the regular vote,
Okay,
Well-
what are we voting on?
the first one.
4 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
well, there was the
All
sub.
those in favor
We have-
to
we have
keep
the
it
second.
at
Second.
4
Yeah,
o'clock?
okay, so wait, you have, the first motion
I
was
ask for
to,
vote?
the first motion was for 4, then the substitute motion for 5, and then,
No, it was for
but,
It was for 6.
It was for
Yeah,
I mean, for 6,
That was never seconded.
but there was never but it
seconded.
was never
I
I
seconded.
wasn't given time to second it.
And then, be like,
brought
another
up.
third substitute
Third
for
substitute for 5.
5. Is there a second for 5?
Is there a second for
Can I?
Was there a second for 6?
There wasn't a
There
second for
wasn't a
6.
How about a 4th for 5:30?
Well, yeah, and that's the where I'm going to be going. There's a compromise with everyone. 5:30. That allows people that are here in the city to get out of work, drive here, and meet with us, communicate with us on stuff on the agenda. 5:30. That's my motion.
How many motions are we gonna have?
I know.
Four.
That's a
That's
fourth
that's a little.
motion, you know.
That's a little.
I don't think we're
done.
going to reach an agreement on that.
No,
Mm-mm.
we're not.
Everybody's got their own time
Then
agenda.
I guess we're gonna
Alright,
have to wait for the other two.
I second Michael. Then. I mean, there's 2 motions
Well,
now on,
we
on
have
the
it.
table.
We have a. I have a second to my motion. We can
Yeah.
take a vote. Right?
You do have a second to the first motion.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
the first motion?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
All those in favor say aye.
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 3
3. Okay.
and
3 and 3.
Nay.
well,
Hello.
chairperson, nay.
Yeah.
You have to
I
run
agree
it.
with the 4 o'clock time. Is that what you're asking?
You didn't ask for the
You
nays.
didn't ask for the
Oh,
name.
I asked for the
Oh,
name.
yeah. Hey, how about
Sorry.
that?
Excuse me.
So how many?
3-3.
It's tied.
It's
It's a
tied again.
lockout. You don't
So
even
back
need to
to
ask.
now I make another motion, please, to table this until next
We have a
meeting.
second.
You.
Okay. We're not
Legally,
gonna-
you
We
still-
wasted a shitload of time. Oh, sorry. Scratch that
It's-
one.
Technically, they have to do the nays, right?
Scratch for
Well, yeah, I
record.
know. We did. It's a tie vote, obviously. So
And it may,
Be tied again.
Mhm.
But I doubt it because the other 2 are going to come on the other side. So it'll be.
yeah,
over.
I already spoke to them. I know how they feel.
okay, so the first motion of 4 o'clock with the second, was a tie. Second motion, or substitute motion is the 6 o'clock.
The 6 o'clock.
There we go.
Is there a
Vote on that.
second for motion?
Second for 6.
I do.
Was Victor. He
Victor
did-
is
Mhm.
seconding that
He-
motion.
He seconded.
So, Mr. Chairperson, you have a motion and a second for 6 o'clock. You may take your votes.
I think we,
We just have to
I
go
think
through the process.
Yeah.
we've already had a vote 3-3. Okay, so we have to entertain a motion at 6 o'clock. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Obviously, I have a conflict. I can't make 6 o'clock.
Then your vote is your vote, sir. But as a chairperson,
Next,
you
have
need
to ask for our
to,
votes as
So
well.
you don't.
But I thought substitute motions have to be done prior to the original motion.
I don't even know.
There
Yeah, I
wasn't,
think-
but.
Yeah, you can't like bring a
And there-
substitute motion up after you've
Well, yeah,
already voted on the
and
original.
there wasn't, right, and there wasn't a second motion.
Yeah, like
for
you can't
before.
bring it up. I guess you could make another motion, like I guess, yeah,
This is
and start all over.
There's too many.
Well, I think the agreement here is that we're missing 2 commissioners. Why don't we table it until those other 2 commissioners
That's what
come
Robert
in?
said.
And also leave in a stipulation if they're not at the next meeting, we're voting anyway.
Okay.
I can't have that.
You can't
You can't have that.
Can't have that.
Can they email their vote?
Yeah. can
No,
they email
no,
it? Dang
okay.
it.
We
What
cannot.
about the cat o' nine tails?
Right?
Oh,
So,
God.
are you in agreement with that? Everybody in
I
agreement
feel
with
like
that?
this is,
Do we have the other 2 commissioners?
can I just add this to the discussion, is I think this is where when we do strategic planning with the community, we should have a community question in a survey that says, what time can you make a commission meeting? And are you interested in going to
But
a
again,
commission
as
meeting?
a commission and an advisory board, it's not about the public as a whole.
It's not the public's decision.
It's not the public's decision. It's
The group.
the
and-
group, and at the end of the
It
day,
was
it's
for the
up to
group.
the actual council who are
It's
doing
your
it.
guys'
Got you.
decision.
So it still has
It's
to go
not
to
the public's
council
decision.
for their final approval. So as an advisory, you're advising to change the time to best suit for the commission.
Yeah.
It is not up to the public.
You still gotta get the votes of
And
the council
then-
members.
Once the final vote is taken, depending on the results,
It goes to the council.
I have to draft a staff report to present to council.
So this is still open for discussion because we're still discussing, right? So I can still do a
So it
motion. 5:30. My motion is for 5:30.
Well, we already have a motion to table this until the other two commissioners are here. That's what we're voting on right now.
Is that a motion to table?
James did
Did
the
motion?
motion, but we don't have a second.
No,
So I'm not
I
sure.
brought my
No,
motion up again to table it.
Table.
And-
Next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So motion is to continue table the discussion to the next meeting. Yes?
Yeah.
At 4
Correct.
o'clock.
All those in favor?
Next meeting at 4 o'clock.
Steven. It will be at 4, but, so, yes, is that correct? Is that the
Call for a vote, Kim?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 4,
Nays?
Nay.
Nay.
2?
2.
Ah, I gotta do the hard stuff. We made it!
Can we move to the next agenda item?
Yes, sir.
It'll be interesting next meeting.
They're gonna.
I hope they
We're gonna
come.
stay
Like we
for
gotta,
it.
we gotta end this one already. I hope they come. And I haven't seen
My
them.
favorite part of the meeting, I'm ready.
All right.
Ad hoc committees, report.
I'm gonna make sure.
I reported on the last one when you weren't here, Mr. Reporter.
Oh, cool, cool.
And you had, Lisa was going on a lead with one of the Scottish Rite Masons in the area to find out more about the pyramid. Was the last we
What?
heard.
Yeah, and I forgot to bring anything with me,
Okay, well,
and
that's
I haven't
okay.
got any. I haven't got any new updates
Well,
yet.
that's okay then.
Are you recruited?
And now you're up to date.
Oh, cool, awesome, awesome.
Yeah, she knows somebody in the.
You gonna wear your ring now?
Shield.
And may I be placed back on that ad hoc committee with Stephen, please?
hmm
Thank you.
For the history.
That was going to be the discussion as far as to make sure
To reconfirm the
Which-
specific ad
yeah.
hocs.
to confirm which specific ad hocs we needed and who was the actual individuals on them.
Well, there's that one.
So historical would be Stephen.
I think it was Arts and Historical Monuments or something like that.
They were documenting,
Documenting
what,
the-
what existed.
And now we have AI. Look out!
So, arts and historical would be Porter and Belak.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? They vote on that, right?
Yes.
Okay, chairperson. Call
Is there a
for
motion to,
approve
To approve
I don't think it's right for
Robert
us to
joining.
motion.
Robert joining the ad hoc committee?
yes,
That's the motion.
okay.
I'll
All
make a
those in
second.
favor?
I'll make the
Thank you,
second.
sir.
Aye.
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 Is there any nays?
Unanimous.
No?
Abstain.
I think Robert's the best person.
I
Missed
just
you for
because
the
I don't know
weeks
what's
you-
going on, so I don't understand.
That's
the
okay, we don't
ad hoc,
either.
so-
Just
Okay.
go along.
We're just.
They're basically
we
just
look at the
documenting-
historical monuments.
Yeah.
Makes
See what
so
needs to be
yeah.
fixed and
Basically
Go
a
for
cultural list
recommendations.
Oh, okay.
of
try to
historical
notarize the ones that aren't
sites.
We're
notarized.
gonna get
Ah,
something
cool.
good now coming up here.
So we can preserve history here, in a sense. That's
And
basically
art.
what it is. And art.
That too.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
all art becomes
And then,
That's true.
history. And
Did
it's
you
not
still
art.
have the one? for
What
the-
about other ad hocs? Do we have any other ad hocs that are
That's what-
floating around?
That's what we were.
There was.
Tabling there?
What happened
The
to
commi, was it the community art? No.
The one with you and.
Do you have a community engagement one, or
Yeah, you had the community engagement one.
do we not have them listed anywhere? We're just,
Thought it did.
I think the original,
Sorry.
I did.
Whoops.
He's on.
the only thing we submitted.
I know.
And I forgot the guy's name, but he stopped coming, like, and he hadn't been there. He was the mayor's appointee.
yeah.
Simeon.
Oh, Simeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I only met with him once, and then we put together that,
That database.
yeah, basically a
Mhm.
list of things to start collecting, so we can have a large artist database
Right.
for events, for vendors
Okay,
and
yeah,
things.
I recall that.
Yeah.
Stuff coming.
That's good.
And then
That was it.
an older one that we had was for the sister
Oh,
city
yes, the
project.
Sister City.
The-
Sister
the-
City.
Cataloging,
yeah, the
right?
catalog, yes.
There is that one, not necessarily have to reestablish it. I'm not even sure if
Rainbow colors.
the mayor's or council office has been receiving anything from Sister
Okay.
City.
Okay.
And I want to say it's Studio D didn't I thought I brought up something and someone
Because he made
said
it
it would be a good ad hoc, and then
He's like,
people,
"Oh, no, we're not
people
gonna
said
do
they
that."
wanted to be on that ad hoc.
For what?
I don't remember what it was for.
I know we had the
Was it the community engagement?
There was
I don't
the
remember
one
what it
for
was
the
for.
artifacts with the.
There was
sisters,
something that
right?
came up in a
Yeah, the
meeting, and
Sister
two
City.
people, the idea I brought up ended up being, that's great ad hoc, and they, two people said they would be on it. I don't remember who.
I know, I'm trying to
I thought Miss Curry was on it.
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah, Miss Curry said
Oh,
she'd
Miss
be on
Curry
it.
was to do the one with
The
you.
community engagement.
No,
That's
the
not
one
community
with.
engagement.
No, the historical one.
Oh, okay.
That was she
Did
was
she
in.
join or no?
I don't think she did.
No, I
It
don't
got
think
not
she
voted
did
in or anything.
because
Now Robert's in it.
yeah,
We
I
should
think
use
she
our
was
help.
interested
Yeah.
though.
Without doubt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was interested. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
There was somebody else too, I think. I'm trying to remember. I thought there
Anthony
two
was,
people.
I think Anthony
Yes,
had
he raised his
also,
hand.
Oh, he did make a comment
And I
on
don't,
something.
that was for something different though. I don't think it was the one that Robert and I doing. I think it was a different ad hoc.
Yeah,
I
'cause
just,
we
my
didn't have
mind
Robert,
doesn't
that's why she
go back
wanted
that
to
far
join.
anymore, like the whole months.
wrong meeting. Sorry, I'm trying to look at.
Too much
see
stuff,
a bit.
right?
Is there a description for them? Like, just to understand.
That's
Yeah.
the context of developing, what
That-
those
yeah.
goals would be.
Yeah.
That's why
for
we wanted
each-
to do the goals, and that's why we had
Mhm.
it on here to see if we could get everybody in agreement with what you wanted to see.
To identify for each
Um,
ad hoc.
Oh,
Dang. I don't even get that many dings.
I do. And she.
From the ring camera.
It's Mrs.
Um,
Star.
right.
Okay.
I'm trying to go back. I don't see anything else
Chairman's
on
Taking
here
forever
that's
to
like
figure out how to turn that thing on.
before that.
Yeah,
Just
and-
turn the phone on.
And
I don't have my
it
notes
with me.
Instead of sitting
I
on
don't
the-
Okay.
think
Press it.
Well, for sure, adding Mr. Porter to the historical. Yes, so that
Yes.
was
Yes.
agreed upon.
Historical
Okay.
So there are no other ones listed, other than the community engagement? And was Sister City tied into that?
Sister City can essentially be tied into the
That's what I think.
arts and historical in a sense because there in some incidents, as you guys have seen,
collection.
they're artifacts and there could be as a collection.
Right.
Um,
I would suggest.
Oh, now I remember what it was. It was the cataloging of the different art from Sister Cities,
yeah.
and the different art that's been given to the city to be pulled out wherever it was and cataloged where it came
or
from.
establishing the
Something along those lines.
the list and
Yeah.
tying into the public art policy,
Yes.
all
So
the
then-
murals and
Yes.
that
And I
list.
think that's what they raised their hands for.
Yeah.
Now that I remember.
Which I think was also like which objects are of less value. I think there was something said about like some of the stuff, so that we have it categorized of like condition.
if we're gonna do
Value.
a value
Museum.
to
Estimated
it,
value.
Like, well, if we were to create a museum eventually, right, as a city,
it might
what
go
stuff
here.
would make the cut? You gotta think
You're killing me,
to the
Smalls.
future, though.
It's a mustard seed. It's a
Because
mustard
then
seed.
now, if you want to put
Well, what I was gonna say is we
Some-
can work with RAFMA because they're teaching students how to be curators there. So we can bring in some of those students to do this
Mm.
cataloging for us
That
if
works.
we really create that partnership.
Right.
And I'm talking to them right now
Okay,
for
cool.
other stuff. So it could be a possible internship that we can talk to maybe next year. that we
then
can
you
get
start talking
going.
about consulting, and then then all of a sudden price tags start increasing.
Yeah, I can ask the professors who run it. Right now it's Catherine Gray, so
Cool.
Catherine and Allison.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, as an ad hoc committee, if there is an internship component and if the consensus from the commission is to establish an internship as one of the goals setting, then the ad hoc committee would have to be identified to monitor those interns.
Oh, okay. Could be you two.
So,
Just put it under you.
how many ad hoc committees do you guys
Yeah, we
really
don't
want to
need
have?
that.
Because
You
then
can't
you gotta.
put kids in charge of kids. Sorry, it don't work.
Well, if they're college students, they're not.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
how
adults.
Kids, yeah.
They're still kids, but they're adults.
Mentally, physically.
Okay, so for sure, arts and, see, for me, arts is one and historical is another. So arts could be listed as arts ad hoc as identifying and developing the tracker for all the public art, the junction boxes, the murals. There was a mural. I'm not sure if I didn't even get the notice. The mural at Camposanto Memorial Park was completed, and they had a revealing of it and kind of an input. I guess the artist left a letter incomplete and had community members add their own, I don't know if it was a name or paint or touch to it, so that they felt like they were also part of it. So, so there's more completions coming up. There's always ask for murals to be put up in the city, especially with economic development and businesses. Like, that's a way to deter graffiti. So I think the arts ad hoc would be that, developing a tracker. I did get a list that was already had started by some interns, and Arts Connection was tied into that. So I do have that, so we can start from there and continue on. I know between the parking structure and the business and enterprise, there's 4 new murals that went right there. And Conto Park, the racquetball courts, those got added murals. What else? There's another one. So there's at least a starting point for that. So I think creating that ad hoc, maybe wait and table that and see for next month, and see if Miss Curry and Anthony show up. That way, we're not, if they want to be a part of it, we give them that opportunity. Historical, we got the 2, and we're okay. That is, if everyone is here, okay with that. And then we had the community engagement with Michael. You already had, that was already voted to have Michael, and I don't remember if there was a second. Was that?
Well, second. Is that what you're asking?
No, I mean a second person. Second person.
Is there a limit for each committee?
Just 2, right?
Only 2.
Oh,
It can, yeah. It can't be more than 2.
You want to join, Victor?
yeah, I'll join.
So they would be to add Victor to the community engagement ad hoc committee.
I'd like to make a motion to add Victor to the Community Engagement Ad Hoc Committee.
I'll second the motion.
Vote.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All ayes. Any nays? Any abstains?
Is there an area like on the city San Bernardino like the website that you can put like say all these little murals and who did it and like just stay there like, so they can always like see it like in a file?
I think that's what we're eventually working towards.
Okay.
Because I know even like the cultural planning, the districts, like that list will eventually live on like Esri, right? It just costs money, like you said, once you start bringing in consultants and building things that are visual, because you have to go document it with high quality and all this other stuff. So I think it'll get there once you have the list. And I think the art acquisition policy that we're building for public art was including that process. Like we were listing those resources. Anytime a new thing came through that process, it was going to be already on that list.
Oh, okay.
So it would make things easier in the future. That's why it would have been great to have that policy already passed. But yeah, like you were saying, right, it's the operation side of how do we get the departments to do the, if it's
Like
public
even like
works
tabs or like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, is to establish and to make it accessible and to the public. The one challenging part with adding images, the bandwidth of the website and what it could connect to, and
The data.
visually, and the data connected to it. Secondly, there are pretty stringent regulations as far as ADA elements, and if you put an image on a website, there has to be a very detailed caption to go along with it, and
Oh,
for the visual impaired. So if they click on their mouse goes over it, and it'll come up that this is an image, and then then the reading goes on of describing what that image is in full detail. And there's nothing wrong with that. We,
Right.
you know, we're the city as a whole, we're working to fine tune a lot of that, but some things are not getting put on because, like, an image, especially if it's a image of families in the park, you know, it's kind of to display and talk and detailed. This
Right.
person is wearing, you know, this and from head to toe and left, you know, I don't know,
yeah, I
quarter.
see that, like, I don't know if the same business page, like a Facebook or Instagram, you know how, like, you
Mhm.
put the little tabs on there?
Mhm.
And then, like, I know, kind of like, I know you guys post the pictures, but like, kind of throw it into there, like, and then you put murals, you know, just kind of like,
Yeah, it's something
so it doesn't get
within
lost in the whole,
within our we can look into it as we establish.
Yeah.
That could be a goal setting of
Yeah.
adding. We do have a link tree in our department social media. So in one of those tabs, it could be, you know, murals in San Bernardino.
yeah, just something, yeah, because I mean,
And
you
it-
guys do share
And
it.
eventually, the goal is for mapping. You know, identify the list and then having that cultural map. There's a lot of cities who have, you know, digital brochure kind of thing. Work with our agencies and galleries to establish those. At one point, you know, with the art walks and establishing corridors of artists and stuff. So there's a lot of build up of the arts, the cultural component of things.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it, because I told them, oh, look at, they're doing murals, what, where, and I said, go to Stone Parks and Recs, or the 70th in the city, and they're like, there's so much stuff on there, so you gotta scroll, so.
I'm just wondering, is it possible to have people through the app, you know, when you submit like to Public Works, that
The
things are
CRM,
broken?
the go-to app.
Yeah, is it possible for people to submit like historical sites or art, like public art that they find in their communities, or so that it takes work away from the city and us, and it's just like popping up in the CRM?
You'll have a lot of people saying that this is historical because it's connected to my family.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I can see.
So that's a lot of curating at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little. There's ways, and I'm trying to think who. I think it was in the Midwest that there was an agency that, and college students that is an internship, created an app for the agency that identified, and it was public art mapping. And so they had visuals, kind of like how, I guess, Pokemon Go, I guess, in a sense, like they went to a location, like, oh, this is considered historical, and it pops up and it gives the details, and then they go to a mural, and it kind of scans it, and then it gives the description, like, this artist, and this created this, and this is, the description of it. Because even then, like, putting plaques along murals, it's hard because those get stolen. So to try to omit from vandalism, I'll look to see if I can find that. But that's potential element. So
Right.
these interns that you want to bring in.
Get the interns, I'm telling you, it's possible.
I don't remember.
You're gonna monitor that.
I don't remember where Sham was with. He was in some kind of news outlet. A guy named Sham. Did I meet him?
Yeah.
Sham. Him and I were discussing making like a book of the different murals in the city, and then bringing that to other cities. Just document every mural that's there. Try to get the artist's name, and then murals of San Bernardino, murals of Riverside, murals of whatever, and just go on and on and on with it.
Yeah, that's something, another goal setting.
Right?
So you guys are already creating your goals.
Pretty much. Kinda
But
feels-
having,
I
but
haven't
having
seen
that,
him in a long time.
but having
I
that
don't know if he
list.
disappeared or-
The last time I saw him was
Did he?
at the Mount Vernon Bridge.
One thing that you met with Lynn Merrill earlier today, right?
We had a small discussion earlier. Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
I think we need to talk about what he wants. He wants to make a presentation to our commission. I'm jumping a little bit for future items, but I think we need to talk about that because he wants to completely identify a lot of the historical sites in San Bernardino. Has a tremendous plan he talked to you briefly about that, but I think in the future meetings, we need to, he has a wonderful presentation that will be very beneficial to our commission. And so I wanted to recommend as a future item that he make that presentation to one of our meetings.
Okay.
Most of you know Lynn Merrill,
He's the Public Works Director.
Public Works Director.
So we're moving on to future agenda items?
Yes.
Okay,
If we
so,
can do that, okay.